Hello, it's me again. The person that doesn't tell you who she is because I'm the mystery lady or the mystery talker. But then I look and see my real name is right there for anybody in the world to see who I really am. So, surprise! You now know who I am. Not really, but you know my name, so at least you got one up there. That's good for you. I'm very happy. I hope you took it to heart about mean people. Mean people are not nice. Not at all. I think they get pleasure in being mean. I think they're happy about being mean. I don't think they care that they're mean. Like we care that they're mean. I care that they're mean. Maybe you don't. I do. Don't be mean. Right? Don't be mean. And this is my real voice. When I was in Texas, people thought I had an accent, and they were always asking me, "Where are you from? Where y'all from?" It was always y'all. And it was like, I didn't understand y'all. I kept looking for more people. I'd turn around and think, okay, is there somebody standing next to me when they're talking to me? And I didn't know that that meant just me. I thought it meant a lot more people than me. So I'd smile at them. I go, I don't know about all the other people, but I'm all fine. So thank you. And we went down to Dallas, and I got to see where the President Kennedy got killed. It wasn't really exciting or anything. I'm quite sure the guy that was in the grassy knoll saw a lot more than I was seeing because there was no parade. Traffic was just going by like normal. I went to the Galleria, and I think this was in the 1980s. And I walked into some, I don't know, it was I Magnum or whatever expensive store that I would never walk into. And they had some little cute bikini underwear there, and I thought, oh, I'll take a look at these. And I looked at them, and they were like $250. And I'm sorry. I mean, I do like my lower half, but I'm not spending $250 on a little tiny pair of underwear that I'm going to wash and stain and ruin and everything else. I mean, I'd rather spend $250 on something that's not on that part of my body, like my upper part in my body. I'd like buy a coat or something for that amount of money, or something that I could wear a bunch and it would still be good, and I could, save it for special occasions, and then 20 years later it's still there and I could give it to somebody. I don't know who, but maybe somebody wants that coat. I don't know, but if they did, then they could have it probably, because I'm not going to be wearing it anymore. And that's another thing. I don't like any of the ways you gotta die. I don't like any of the death scenarios that I've ever read about or seen on TV or anything else. I mean, they all suck. I mean, I don't want to drown. I don't want to catch on fire in a house somewhere. I'm scared of fire. I was involved in a fire one time when I was a kid. There was a fire in our kitchen because Sears house guys that were fixing our kitchen were doing new countertops and had glue on it. It was like contact cement or something like that. And they went in. My stepfather offered them a beer, and they were sitting down in the living room drinking and talking and everything. And I went into the kitchen to do something, and the whole wall was on fire. And it scared the crap out of me so bad that I went back into the living room. I was standing in the doorway, and I was trying to get their attention to tell them there was a fire in there, and I couldn't say a thing. I mean, not a word was coming out of me. It was like, and it wasn't even that loud. It was such a barely little there. I couldn't get anything out. I was just speechless. Apparently, fire scares me that much that I can't even get a word out. I mean, I couldn't even hardly move my arms and poke them anywhere or anything. It was terrible. Very. And so I think somebody noticed me then, my stepdad, I think, or something, because those guys were drinking beer and happy that it was almost time for them to go home and do whatever they wanted to do. I don't know what they were doing. But He finally raced in there and put the fire out, thank God, because if not, we had an old house and that thing was out of old wood and plaster and push button light fixtures that had these really cool candelabra type lights in them and stuff. Chandeliers, that's what it is. I couldn't think of the word there. Chandeliers. I'm getting old, guys, so I can't remember all the words anymore. They're in there. They're in my head. I got them. I just can't say them or remember them when I need them until later, and then they come back, and I'm like, shit, I could have used that word later, earlier, but nope. But, when you're my age, which is, since you now know my name, I guess I got to tell you my age, but I'm not giving you my social security number or any of the important information because no. And if there's any scammers listening, I want you to know right now, you suck. You suck at a job. You suck at life. You need to get a real job and earn money and pay back everybody. It's called restitution. I do know that word. And you need to go back and pay everybody back for every one that you scam because it really, really hurts. And I hope somebody knows who you are and that they can scam you so that you get to know what it feels like to have everything stripped from you. And then I hope you learn a lesson because you deserve to. And then maybe you're going to be a better person and you'll run around doing good deeds instead of sucking out life and screwing everybody over. So that's my 2 cents on that. So knock it off. Knock that shit off. Quit doing it. I wish I had some of those skills because I would find a way to hack into you and just start stripping everything away. You're so confused. How could somebody be hacking you? Well, you're not the smartest person on the planet. And somebody's going to get smarter than you. And they're going to go out and they're going to hack your ass. And you're just going to be crying, oh, how could they do that to me? Oh, this is terrible. Oh, 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 oh. While everybody else on the planet's gone. You fucking deserved it. There you go. Karma's a bitch. And what you put out eventually is going to come back to you. If it's not in this life, like I said the other night, I don't know any reincarnated people or anything like that. If there's a God and there's a hell and a devil, well, you're getting tortured with all sorts of horrible things, and you're never going to get a break from it, and you're always going to suffer, and it's going to suck. And so you got time. You got time to change your life and do other things and get a real job. I mean, it's no fun to do a job. There's some people that really love working. Well, it wasn't me. I would rather be doing other things, art, watching a good movie, but that's really few and far between because Hollywood thinks we're all a bunch of retards and that we need to be watching a ton of action with rap music playing constantly, really loud, and the older you get, you can't understand what they're saying when they're having conversations with this super loud music and heavy bass beat and guys saying all this stuff at the same time. And then when you put the words on there so that you can read it, well, then it's really hard to see the action because you're too busy reading it. And it's like reading a book with pictures that are moving on top of you, but you can't see any of them because you're too busy reading the words. And then you usually get somebody in the room with you. I'm not saying who, but sometimes you get people in the room with you that they read slower than you, and then they don't even know what's going on at all, and so now you got to be reading for them out loud, and then you completely don't get to see anything of the movie. So it's like you have to read it first and then go back and watch it. But if Hollywood would go back and just make the voices louder, the people that are speaking, or even teach some of them to speak better. Jeff Bridges, love you, but man, can you mumble. You can get on a movie and I could be straining and I got my ear up right up against it and everything you said sounds like this. And I'm like, okay, now I got to try to figure out what the hell you said as it relates to the rest of the scene and hope somebody else speaks clearer than you, because if not, I'm really screwed watching this movie. Now I got to put the words on, and then here we go with the action. I don't get to see anything, so, it's just really sad. And And if you just spoke clearer, maybe you go to a speech coach or somebody that teaches you, or you actually listen to one of your movies and see if you can understand what the hell you said without the script in front of you. And I hope you forgot the words, because if you already know what you said and then you're watching it again, then you can play along and you understand everything. But people like me that didn't have the script have to go through the whole trouble of trying to read the movie first and understand everything so that I can go back and watch it and figure out what you're doing. Well, it gets tiring, and you just like, what the hell am I watching this movie for? And my God, I mean, you can't come up with any new ideas anymore. So now you're just replaying the old shit constantly, and we're always seeing the same movie with new people. And they change the plot some, and they take out a lot of the good parts. And since they're not doing a whole lot of dialogue anymore, it's just a whole lot of action and a whole lot of music. The original movie was better. For example, Total Recall. That was a movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, and they remade it with Colin, what's his name? I want to say Kaepernick, but it isn't. It's that other Colin guy. Oh God, he's got dark hair and he's Irish or something like that. And if he's not Irish, he's gonna tweet me. I don't have a tweet, so don't worry about it. You don't have to tweet me because I'm not gonna be there. You don't know my Facebook, and I'm not accepting any new friendships, so sorry, but if I remember your name, I'll speak it out, but I don't remember. But anyway, it sucked. The first Total Recall was funny and interesting, and Arnold, the way he delivers lines, and they give him a lot of good lines. Whoever's writing for the guy just wrote the best lines for him, because as you get older, these little kind of smart ass little lines that they say and stuff, it just sticks in your head. So, the I'll be back, and Sully, when I said I was going to kill you last, I lied, and then he drops him off the cliff, and there he goes. Oh, it's all over. And when he was in the Predator movie, and I mean, he just does some fun. Oh, Kindergarten Cop. I've actually been to that city, and I just love that. I don't have a tumor. All those lines. I can't think of a lot of them right now. My brain is just going everywhere. I got lots of thoughts in there, and then I got to go retrieve these ones and bring them back so I could talk to them about them with you guys. And if I don't remember what they are now and I have to go find them for a while, then I might be silent, or I might be saying something, but it doesn't make any sense. And you're going, this lady just doesn't make any sense. And it's like, okay, no, I do, but you're just going to have to wait a moment for me to get my brain clear so that I can talk to you again. Right? Yeah. See? That's how it works. People find me interesting sometimes. I can make people laugh quite a bit, just by normal talking and talking to them the way I'm talking to you guys. I just ask questions, and I try to ask them very nicely, and I get a lot of answers sometimes, because I don't think I'm intrusive in a rude way. It's, I'll say hi, and maybe they're talking to their little girl or something. I'll say, hey, she's really cute. How old is she or something? They'll tell me, and I'll go, I have a granddaughter, and blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. And so pretty soon I'm talking to them, and I'll just say, hey, I don't even know what I want to ask them right now because I can't think of anything. But if I did, I'd ask them then, and that would be it. And then if they say, no, I don't want to talk about that or anything, I go, okay, I'm sorry for even asking, and just move on. I'm one of those kind of people. When I was talking about mean people, I'd rather extract myself from a terrible situation than sit there and hope the outcome is one that doesn't involve death or maiming or hurting anything. I don't like pain. I think you already found out the other night. I don't like pain. Ow, ow, ow. Remember? And I don't want to get hurt. And I don't want you to get hurt. Even if I didn't like you, I might think it inside my head. I have some revenge scenarios I'll go through sometimes for people because they did something crappy to me, and I'll think about it, and I'll think, well, if this happened to you, that would make me feel better, blah, blah, blah. So I dream about it, and I wake up and I feel better. You died in my sleep, and I got over it, and then the next day it's like, okay, Now they can keep living, and I don't have to worry about it. And you got paid back in my dream. I dream lots of stuff, and I dream in color. And I say sometimes when I'm trying to get my thoughts together, or quite a bit. Maybe it's too much, and maybe I need to stop it. I don't know. Uh, I think a lot of stuff in life that other people don't think about. In-depth stuff like the universe. Why isn't anybody really thinking about how can something be expanding into nothing that was ever there before and it just keeps growing? For example, they keep telling us the universe is just expanding exponentially and it's just getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger. Well, it's getting bigger into what? If there was nothing there before, how can it keep growing into it? Because it's nothing, right? It's nothing. So, and it's like God. You know, everybody says God made all the universe. So if he did, why did he make all the planets so horrible that we could never, ever go to any of them? I mean, they're boiling hot. I mean, beyond boiling. I don't know what the next step is beyond boiling, but it's worse than that. It's horrible boiling or something. I can't even think of the word for that. But all the planets have horrible gases, and there's no food and nothing to do. It's just boiling, and so you can't touch it or see it or go to it or do anything. And it's like trillions of years away. I mean, so many years away that I don't think any of us could ever reach it unless we were like a nothing speck and we flew in something that wasn't ever going to get hurt by anything else, like the boiling planets and asteroids and uh, black holes. The black holes are just horrible. I mean, there's so much pressure in there, apparently, that anything that comes near it just gets crushed. So before you could even look at it, you'd be crushed. And so you'd never be able to tell anybody that you saw anything about it. So we're looking at it from trillions and trillions of miles away, trying to decipher what the hell it is. And how do we know that what we deciphered of what it is really what it is? Because the person that apparently created it needs to tell us, or if they're a person or a god or alien or nothing. Everything just started from nothing, so nothing's going to tell us anything, and we're just going to wonder. Because when you die, you're not going to know any of this stuff. So you got put on this planet for God knows what reason. If the God did it, I don't know if you were like a speck, an atom that got exploded, and all of a sudden here you are, and now we just have to accept you. So I don't know. It's beyond me. And I mean, really, it is beyond me, way up there. So I can't go there and see it and come back and tell you what's going on with it and what I think it is. And if I said what I think it is and it really isn't that, then I just lied to you. So that's a terrible thing. So I wouldn't want to tell you anything about it unless I really knew. And if I don't really know, it seems like I'm never going to really know now because nobody's going to tell me. God hasn't come down for so long. Apparently, he came down a long, long, long time ago. Trillions of billions of years ago in the AD, BCs, DCs, somewhere in there, he was born. And then we had to treat him like crap, like we always do to people. We have to just treat them all like crap. Okay, you think you're a god? Well, here, we're going to hang you up and string you up, and you're gone now. But not really, because then 3 days later, he woke up in his cave. The wheelstone thing rolled away, and he left his blanket, and it was engraved with his whole body on it now. So we could see an image of him without eyeballs or any of that kind of stuff. I think his eyes was closed because he was dead, so you're not going to see his eyes, what color they are or anything. It's just a weird guy that's engraved on there by powerful light, super powerful light. And they argue about what it is now. So it's Jesus's blanket that got engraved by him, and we just gotta have to respect the fact that we're never gonna know what it really is, and they're never gonna let us really see it or touch it or anything. In fact, the Vatican, I've been told, they have a whole lot of stuff down in the basement there that's bad stuff, that if we really knew what was in there, not only would we hate the Vatican, but we would never trust anybody ever again because they've lied to us for so long. So apparently it's the like Area 51 kind of information, but it relates to maybe God and how the planet started, and maybe there wasn't a God, and just some guy was really creative, and he just wrote a book one night, and they loved it so much they decided to make it the one. You know, because there are some very talented people around, and somebody could have wrote that book. You know, somebody could have said, "Hey, I woke up in the morning, I had this dream about this guy. No, not a guy, he was a god, and he decided to create planets in the universe, and a man and a woman, and that's how we became." And they begot all these people because they had to say begot in those days. So this one begot that one, who begot that one, who begot that one. It just goes on and on and on and on until you get tired of reading it, and you hope somebody like condenses it and tells you from that guy to that guy, that's how we all got here or something, because it's a lot of begots of people that begot those people. That's a lot of begotten. Well, I'm going to take a break, and you guys have a good night. And I didn't finish anything tonight. I didn't finish any of my thoughts, but that's okay. This one's for me. Maybe I'll keep this one and not share it with anybody, because maybe you wouldn't understand and you would think, oh my God, she is psycho, crazy. But maybe a little entertaining, maybe a little interesting. I don't know. I don't know you. I don't know what you're thinking about me. And to be honest, I really don't give a hoot. I'd say a worse word because I'm really good at saying the worst words. But if you don't like me, you could always turn it off and say, that's the end of her. I'm never going to listen to this shit again. And I don't know why I listened to it the first time. My husband says that about my movie choices. He says, you picked the strangest movies. And I'm like, I didn't create them. I didn't make these movies up. They just happened to be on TV right then. And I just didn't change the channel. I'm doing other stuff, not paying attention. And that movie comes on, and I was like, okay, I'll see what this one's about. And they've been pretty strange. I mean, you think I have a brain? You ought to see some of these other movie people that write the strangest movies, and somebody produced them, and here they are now. You can have them on your TV too. So, isn't that special? All right. Night. Have a good night, everybody, or day, or whatever. Okay, bye.